Looks like Christmas is here again, folks, and you know what that means. Obviously, it means that we get to unwrap some gifts. I'm not gonna unwrap anything, but I do have a cool gift that I want to show you. In the last episode of Method of Input, I talked about the Korg Nano Key and how it was not quite what I expected, but still really useful because of its size. And in that episode, I mentioned the keyboard. When I saw the pictures on Amazon, I thought this keyboard used drum pads for keys, like on the keyboard. And what do you know, I decided to pick up one, so that way I actually knew what I was talking about. So as it turns out, this is a lot better than the Korg Nano Key, and I'll show you why in this review of the keyboard. It's not the keyboard, it's the keyboard. Keith McMillan, keyboard. There you go. The keyboard is a portable keyboard that uses velocity-sensitive touchpads in place of keys. The keyboard also makes a little light show just for you as you play. Okay, video's over, bye. Well, actually, I have a lot more to say about this thing. Before I get to my experience with this device, let me talk about some of the interesting and unique features that this thing has. Of course, you have the Octave buttons right here. All of these buttons are kind of weird. You have to hold the button down for a second before it registers. But to the keyboard's credit, it does say that in this manual. The rest of these buttons are for the unique features of the keyboard. The tilt button allows yourself to bend the pitch by sliding your finger up and down the pads. This looks promising on the outside, and it reminds me of a sketchy version of the C-board, but this feature is so unpredictable and jumpy, so it's practically impossible to use. The other option for pitch is this other key. All it is just a key that's permanently on tilt mode, so pitch shifting is not something you will really be doing on this keyboard. When the keyboard is in press mode, the amount of pressure you put on the pads acts like the modulation wheel. I occasionally find myself using this feature, but like the tilt option, it is very unpredictable and it does not work well with the next option, velocity mode. The keyboard has velocity disabled by default, so you press this button to enable it. The majority of the complaints for this keyboard are about the velocity feature and how unpredictable it is. But I saw this one review that was talking about how this person was trying to play a piano solo. First off, if you're purchasing this thing to play a beautiful piano solo, think again. I mean, just look at this. Does this look like something that you'd want to be playing a piano solo on? No, just use a real piano. This is obviously meant for like monophonic synths and stuff like that. Stuff that you don't really need velocity for. But, you know, they had to include it. So, there you go. The two other options speak for themselves. Hold the sustain button down and the keys sustain. The toggle button does the same thing, except you don't have to hold the button down. I have to say, this keyboard's really fun to use, and it definitely beats out the Korg Nano Key. I wouldn't recommend buying this thing for any of its unique features. I would just get this because it's drum pads for keys, and that's really cool. It's really useful. And again, just like the Korg Nano Key, this doesn't use USB Type B. This actually doesn't use USB Mini. It actually uses USB Type C. But again, that's still a common cord that you could probably find around your house, unlike USB Type B. Not to mention that this thing is way more portable. There's no moving parts. You could just slide this in to your backpack or something to take with you to a cafe, a library, to take it anywhere, and it's not gonna break. So that was my review of the Keyboard Smart Keyboard. I know it was really short, but just to be honest, there's really not that much to say about this. It's really useful. I do recommend picking it up. The price is on the screen right here, because I didn't bother looking it up, but it's not that expensive. There is another version of this that has more features, I believe, and it's a bit more expensive, but I am finding infinite reusability out of this thing. Just remember to leave a suggestion for any unique input devices that you would like me to review on this show. So, stay tuned. Goodbye.